This Letitia James case is getting spicy, and I am here for all of it. So, today we're going to talk about, does she actually admit to some wrongdoing? Let's see. Welcome back to the Real Estate and Wealth Podcast, where I help to make real estate easy for you. So do me a favor, if you haven't already, like this episode as well as subscribe to my channel so you know when I drop new episodes. Now, let's get into this topic. Okay, Letitia James just admitted to some wrongdoing. I'm not sure where she's going with this, what she's thinking, but let's watch this clip real quick and then we can talk about it.
It has to do with the fact that on a power of attorney, I mistakenly indicated that I was a state of Virginia, but prior to that, I had indicated to the mortgage broker that, in fact, in bold cap letters, that I am not a resident of Virginia and never will be.
Okay. So, what do you think? Was that a confession? Was that, oops, I made a mistake? Because we went from these allegations are baseless. I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. This is politically motivated. They don't have anything against me. So we went from that stance of preaching at the pulpit, yelling and screaming, to now this is a more mild Letitia James. Hey, I made a mistake. So, what do you think is happening here? My thoughts are that although she hasn't been indicted yet, she is under federal investigation. The DOJ referred her case, and she is being investigated for mortgage fraud, for a multitude of things that we've talked about, for putting that her father's her husband on her mortgage application, for saying that an investment property is a primary residence. And that's what she was talking about here today, stating her Brooklyn multi-unit property is 4 units instead of 5 units to get federally backed mortgage benefits amongst insurance benefits and anything else that she would get for it not being considered a commercial property. So we went from the I didn't do anything wrong, all of these allegations are baseless, to now a softer, more gentler, oh, that was just a mistake. On the power of attorney, I just, put down that I checked the wrong box or whatever the case may be. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not an attorney. I am a real estate agent and broker, and I look at contracts all the time, right? But I do have some clients that were attorneys, and when I tell you they read everything, right? So you got to have some extra time. If a closing normally takes 45 minutes to an hour, give another 30 minutes because the attorney is going to read those documents. And from a real estate contract perspective, at the top, it states this is a legally binding contract. And if you don't understand what this means, seek legal counsel, right? She is the legal counsel. So you should know what you're signing. And as she stated, you're responsible. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if, oops, I made a mistake. Well, you're responsible for that mistake. You put your John Hancock down for that mistake. And the thing is that she knew this before, but before you were saying these allegations are baseless. So are you now saying that maybe they're no longer baseless? Maybe they do have a standing. And so I'm thinking, and you guys can tell me in the comments what you're thinking is like, why this 180 turn and the change. Tell me what you think is the reason for it. Now, what I'm thinking is that she sat down with her attorneys and they are taking a realistic look at this case and letting her know this is not looking good. It's not looking good at all. The deck is stacked against you right now, and you need to have a different approach. And before, she was feeling like she wasn't going to get indicted. This is not going to go to court. She had a strong stance about that. But now it seems that maybe she's preparing just in case she gets to that point where she's actually going to have to defend herself in court. And I know many people are feeling like she should have to. She is not above the law, like she has said multiple times. And so now it's coming back at her. And some people are feeling like you're not above the law. If you made these mistakes, you should answer for them. Because if a layperson like myself were to make that mistake and it was brought in front of uh, the courts, that I probably would be charged with mortgage fraud, and she should too. And in her case, you should know better, right? So maybe if it was someone else, right, that it's like, oh, maybe they did not understand. You can believe that they probably did not understand what they did. But in her case, you're an attorney general. You should know. And let me just say, in defense of some people, because, you know, it could be that people don't know sometimes, right? If you're not familiar with real estate, maybe you're buying your first house, you don't know. I have had multiple times where people have told me that the lender said that this needs to be an owner occupied property. This needs to be your primary residence. And then when I ask the buyer, are you planning on living there? They're saying no, but the loan officer told me to say that I'm going to live there. That's mortgage fraud, right? And maybe you don't understand. You understand that it's not right, but you don't understand that it is actually mortgage fraud, and that you are committing a crime by doing that, because you are gaining a benefit by stating this is my primary residence, opposed to no, I'm not going to live there, this is going to be an investment property. So when you think about it, if you're presented with, hey, I want to buy this investment property, and they're telling me that if I say that I'm going to live in it, that I would only have to come to the table with 3.5% down payment. But if I say I'm not going to live there, then I'm going to have 15 or 20% or 25% down payment to purchase this property. Most people are going to say, like, okay, I mean, I can say that I'm going to live there, right? But they don't know what the implications of them saying that, what that actually means. She knew, right? And it wasn't just one mistake, right? Because maybe it could be forgivable if it was one mistake. It seems like the more that they dig, the more they are finding. And that just shows a pattern of you skirting the law, right? And if you are someone that is enforcing the law, you shouldn't be the one that is also breaking the law. That does not work. And you know the law, so you know that you're breaking the law. So she should be held to a higher standard. Just like I feel like I would have to be held to a higher standard because I've been doing real estate for 20 years. So if I put something down on a contract that I know is not right, right? Because I should know, even if I don't know. Ignorance is not an excuse. I should know. So I would probably be held to a higher standard compared to someone who's never bought a house before and maybe it really was a mistake. So tell me in the comments what you think. Do you think this was an admission of guilt? Do you think she is just trying to play on the emotions of people just in case this goes to trial, right? You got to start early, play on the emotions of people, make them feel that, okay, maybe she really did make a mistake. Do you feel that she is just trying to get over on everyone and have everyone thinking that she didn't know? She didn't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. And again, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Watch past episodes. I'm going to link them in the description, the other episodes that I talked about more in depth about different aspects of this case, and let me know what you think. I will see you on the next episode.